People, I have been fasting. Last time I ate was 1 o'clock yesterday. So I am I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna do a 5-day fast. So I'm not gonna eat anything until 1 p.m. 1 p.m. Monday. Do this 5-day fast. Never completed a fast. I've always was a fast failure. I was a failure. And after getting that sugar ache, this is my response. This is my response. And I am going to make it this time. I tried fasting 4 times in my life and failed every time. So I'm a fast failure. And don't.
If you can't take a good picture, then you need this AI app.
What's going on, Deshaun? I see you, homie man person. Like I was saying, I am fasting and I'm doing a 5-day. I was doing keto for the past 2 or 3 days where I was doing less than 50 grams of carbs and keeping my body, making sure my body get into keto. I'm not doing that no more. I'm going for a full fast, just drinking water. And as I stated, I am going to make it. Appreciate y'all for being here tonight. And I want to talk about, what I want to talk about tonight is when you're a man. All right. I'm going to talk about when you're a man. What's going on, Insatiable? You'll always have problems with childish women when you're a man. And I want to talk about when you're a man because I now realize a lot of perspectives and narratives of people that I know, individuals. I just want to talk about some variables. First thing I want to say is when you're a man, you don't just chicks. You don't. You don't. And why is it? Why is it when you're a man, you don't just chicks? The reason why, the number one thing that makes you a man is not just fucking chicks, is because when you deal with women, you are not yourself. When you're acting in the realm of sexual desires and sexual curriculum, you have no say-so. You have no direction. You have no instructions. You don't have that. You don't. This is why, and this is the thing that helps you that men just don't do. Men just don't chicks. And because the outcome varies, the outcome is totally uncontrollable. This is why a lot of guys, their lives are brought to its demise behind the manipulation of a woman. And these guys will sit there and act as if though they have no idea what's going on. They don't want to have an idea what's going on. I listen to guys, a lot of my clients that come up with a perspective and narrative as to how the chick got them pregnant. Oh, she got me. This doesn't happen to a man. Men are very focused. Men don't allow anybody to crash on a parade of being a man. Men, we don't do anything that allow you to say, see, you ain't no man. You ain't no real man. We don't put ourselves in that position. That is a perspective and narrative that no woman gets to say. No woman gets to say a real man would. No woman gets to say that. They don't. But when you are a little boy, when you are running on society's curriculum, you will allow yourself to allow a woman to, you'll get in a position where and then when she get pregnant, you're trying to dog walk her back into being, a chick you just fucking. When all along her plan was to make sure she get that nut. Give me a second. All along, she wanted to make sure all along she get that nut, and you're sitting there and you're trying to figure out, how did I lose control? Well, you lost control because y'all was just fucking. You were just dicking her down, thinking you was in control. Men never engage in activities where we don't have control. So when you see individuals and they got kids all over the place, it's because they ain't a man. They're not. Sorry for the bad news. You've allowed a woman to dog walk you into giving your money away. Your money is not yours no more. You got a whole bunch of perspectives and narratives going on as to the reason as to why you just messed up in the game. But once again, a man does not, under circumstances zero, a man does not get caught up in any games. We don't. Appreciate those thumbs up, y'all. Remember, y'all, I charge $1 to watch my live stream. My Venmo, PayPal, and Cash App is below the video. However, you can waive that $1 fee by simply just giving me that thumbs up. That thumbs up button is your fee. Once again, we don't get caught up in the pussy games. That is the biggest perspective or narrative. I know a lot of individuals but I know very few men. Very few individuals that a woman can't bat their eyes, a woman can't trick them into fucking them. A lot of individuals, oh, she got me. Yo, yeah, man. I had one client that got his side chick pregnant twice. Like, how the fuck you get your side chick pregnant twice? That was, and was married. Let me tell you what I've learned. When individuals live in Maine and they move all the way to California, they running from something. And when the individual live in Seattle, Washington, and move all the way to the East Coast, they running from something. When they're married, I know I had so many clients that their cases is on the exact opposite end of the United States. And I'm like, how did that happen? Oh, who moved? You moved or she moved? Oh yeah, we used to live there and we moved we moved out here. You're running. Your wife said, I want to preserve this marriage and I want to keep your dick exclusive. So we're going to move far away from this chick and your kid. And in this case, kids. But men don't get caught up in those games. They don't get caught up in the games. All right. So once again, that is one of the things that doesn't happen when you're a man. All right. Um, you know, another thing that 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 happens when you're a man. You say what you mean and mean what you say. When you're a man, you got to repeat yourself. Don't know what to tell you. When you're a man, you don't repeat yourself. When you're a man, you don't sit up there and allow somebody to. You don't go in circles when you're talking to somebody. When you're a man, I hear a lot of individuals say communication is key, but they gotta repeat themselves 3 and 4 times. A man ain't trying to do that. A man ain't trying to do that. A man is not going to repeat himself. He's not. A man is not going to let you change the subject. A man is not going to do that. A man is not going to do that. A man is not going to allow you to change the subject. A man is not going to allow you, when y'all talking, to answer the question with a question. Men ain't falling for that nonsense. A man ain't falling for that. A man is not falling for that. Not falling for that. Not. And I'm saying all this based on how I am. This is why the title tonight is When You're a Man, the problems you'll always have with childish women. Notice I had to put the word in there, childish. When you're dealing with a woman, you're not going to have these issues. So guess what I've been dealing with all along? So communication is key. And key to your communication is being understood the first time. All right. Real men, communication is key, to include not talking slang. I don't talk slang. Slang is too many entry levels to be misunderstood. It shows that you're not really on top of your game when you talk slang. You think that you can, you think you can use a lot of slang when you talk. Real men don't talk. We don't communicate via slang. We don't do that. We're not going to open ourselves up to be mocked. We're not going to say, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? No, I don't know what I mean. You're not setting yourself up for that. You want to talk clear, precise, and talk to be understood. You're not going to talk from the perspective of talking slang. It's not happening. When you're a real man, you're not talking slang. When you're a real man, you have a lot in common with the words in the Webster's dictionary, not the curriculum they use on the streets. It's not happening. Not happening. When you're a man. When you're a man, you're not allowing nobody to say, when you ask them a question, you're not allowing them to deflect. Not happening. I was watching a cop he pulls over a woman, and she said, "We all was speeding. Why you pull me over?" She said, "We all was speeding. Why you pull me over?" The cop said, "Well, I got you." And then she was like, "Well, I want to see your radar." And the cop wasn't smart enough to listen to what she was already said. She already admitted to speeding. So you ain't got to show her the radar. So it turned real ugly. "I want your supervisor." And then put her phone up and start recording it. older cop came on the scene. Ma'am, that's not how it works. When we ask you for your stuff, you got to give it to us. I want a manager. I want a manager. Another cop came, put on his gloves. I need you to step out of the car. You're officially under arrest. I need you to step out the car. Shay, step out the car. You got to step out the car. Step out the car. You're under arrest. I ain't step out the car. He pulled this thing out of pocket, put it on the glass, and the glass popped. But like I said, no cop had already figured it out. She already admitted to speeding. That went over their head. You don't say, I was speeding, and then say, well, prove that I was speeding. You already admitted to it. My man said, Chris, we know most brothers speak slang with you, not with that nah, you know what I mean? Yeah, I do. But like I said, so let's like I said, the perspective on that is this. I'm speaking slang. I'm not opening myself up to be mocked or patronized because I'm speaking slang. When a man speaks, he wants his words to be firm and stern and understood, and he don't want to repeat himself not one time. So I don't speak slang. I don't give nobody no out. I don't give nobody a lane to mock or patronize me. I watch The Saint and the Sinner a lot. And that dude, he'd be talking to somebody, he'd be like, hold on. They be running stuff. He says, hold on. And then he says, oh. You said that, now a man will apologize, and people apologize every time. And when I watch that dude, when you execute intellect, it's a high perspective and a high level of reaction and response that you want with it. And a man is just, I don't know men to do that. I was listening to a video the Ghostface Killer did the other day. And he said, I'm all paused out, man. We got to stop with this pause nonsense. I don't know nobody that says pause. I don't. But we just got to understand that. We got to understand that. Like I said, Roman, I'm not setting myself up to be mocked or patronized. You know, I remember one episode of Martin when he was inside of a store, and he took the shoe and put it in the thing and made it go off. And then he said, you again, you're not in the hood, G. You know, and Martin, you know, and that's what they all want to perceive us to be. They want to all, you know, I was in court one time, and the judge said to me, you don't have to talk loud. You're not back on the block. Probably remember the story. I looked around. I made sure everybody was looking at me. I said, I live in the Pocono Mountains. There are no blocks where I live. I talk loud because I'm a big person. It wasn't until, like, he tried to mock me. And I set him straight. You're not going to mock me. Mocking, despite what anybody think, biggest form of disrespect. Biggest form. Somebody cheating on you, you know, your woman cheating on you, whatever, it's her pleasure, wants, or whatever. But mocking you is degrading, the ultimate in degrading. And I'm not setting myself up to be degraded. I'm just not. Not doing that. Not allowing somebody to say, once again, nah, me, yeah, no, I don't know how you mean, not doing that. So, number one, once again, a man can multiple chicks. And number two, communication. You're not deflecting. You're not changing the subject. I done had many women, we're talking and they change the subject. They cut me off. I'm just listening to them and they think they cut me off and were successful at cutting me off. I said, you finished? Yeah. Like I was saying. And 100 times out of 100, when that happened, they look at me like they seen a ghost, because that works on everybody else. Don't work on me. Don't work on me. A man wants clear understanding. Hello, hi. How are you today? Fine. Not hello. And like, I went in the store today to cash in my ticket. I goes in the store to cash in my ticket, and a lady looking to the side. Can I help you? I laughed and threw my ticket on the counter. I said, no, I'm going to give you this energy back. She counted out 20, 20. Have a nice day. I ain't say nothing. Then as I'm going to the machine to get my tickets, she's like, I'm having a bad day. She wanted me to hear that. And then I heard, and then went to the back, and then I heard one of the cashiers say, I don't like working with her. I don't like working with her. She's mad all the time. I was like, okay. I don't give about you. I don't care about you mad. I don't care. You better smile at me. Like, I'm going to give you that same energy back. She turned, okay, can I help you? I just threw my ticket on the counter. She knew I was giving her that energy back. She was like, oh, yeah. Not asking, I don't give about you. I'm a man. That's why I don't speak to my mom. You want to talk to me like that? Really? Uh-huh. I'm a man. That shit don't fly. I'm gonna see if I can play this little clip of video that's coming up. See if y'all play a clip of this mark for y'all. See if I can play this clip for y'all. Awesome, man. Thanks for asking. State your city, state code. I want y'all to listen to this. It is 4:32, and it is September the 4th, and YouTube, right? This is a video that I did earlier. We're closed on Thursdays, but I told this guy that I would call him back because we should have did something yesterday, and Lydia I gave her an assignment to call the courts. And so I want y'all to just listen to this. Listen to how this one, I haven't seen this woman in a long time. Lydia's sister answered the phone. So I want y'all to listen to this. Yeah, okay, hold on. I didn't talk to Lydia today at all. So I'm gonna call Lydia, but her sister answered the phone. I never got in touch with Lydia, but listen. Listen to what I told her why I've been speaking to my daughter. Why I don't speak to my daughter no more.
Please leave your message.
I'm gonna call back. Hey, Lydia, how you make out?
Oh, no, this is not Lydia. This is Guy. What's up?
Hey, how you doing?
How you doing? She in the store.
Okay, tell her to call. All right. She was just supposed to make a call for me earlier. Just tell her I called.
All right, I'm going to tell her when she come out.
Okay, how you been?
I'm good. I remember your voice. This is Chris, right?
This is. Yeah, I know you remember my voice because, like, you used to try to, like, be like, do you want a peanut butter and jelly sandwich? I used to be like, nah.
You get on my
The coolest thing about that Lydia's family is, I told you I used to be in joke battles. Last time I was in a joke battle, it was like me against 3 people. I was tearing them up. I'm roasting them. You know, they used to be like, when they have little house parties or whatever, they call me up, man. I'll be part of the entertainment. And we just be going, I'm slicing. It'd be one-on-one. I'm skinning cats. I think because my size, nobody wants to fight me. But I used to skin cats. So, I'm gonna let this continue. Okay.
How your daughter doing? You only got one daughter?
Yeah, I still got one daughter. Hey, look, I haven't spoken to my daughter since 2009.
Ouch. Why?
She decided to she wanted to be like a mom.
Yeah, 2009 is too long.
Hey, I was taught by my daddy, your kids don't respect you. Come. I can't control her. I can't get her to say, respect me as your father. When she decides she didn't want to respect me, I gave her 2 weeks to try to act right. And 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
I can't deal with disrespect, so I can tell you.
Yeah, I mean, in 2009, she had a Palm Trio cell phone, if you could remember those. And she was on a Sprint plan. I was paying $130 a month for her phone. And I was not worth I used to come 2 hours to come pick her up. For 2 weeks in a row, I drove 2 hours to come, and they never arrived to the drop-off point. And I said, I was not worth a text message. Daddy, we're not going to be there. So that was my wake-up call. So when you wake me up, I'm up. So I get it. So
yeah, that's cool as hell.
Extremely. So, but that's what it is. So I'm not trying to. So, yeah, I was Lydia's sister. And so I told her that was recorded today, and I'll release it tomorrow. That video title is "Stop Going to Family Court and Dealing with Hearing Officers." Yeah, I got the jump on it. Yeah, I got the inside track, but not doing it. When you're a man, you're going to be alone. Just know that. You heard that? Men, you're going to be alone. You're going to be alone. That's fourth thing you understand. When you're a man, you're going to be alone. You're going to be alone. I never thought, me personally, I never thought that at 56 years old, I wouldn't have nobody in my life. I never would have thought that. I thought the greatness that I am, I would have and be surrounded by my family. If you would have told me that this would have been my life, I would have said, you're lying. You're lying. I am going to be surrounded by my family. I'm going to grow old with a wife. My kids going to come home to visit because I would have never thought, if you'd have told me this would have been my life at 10 years old, I would have never believed you. But I would have had a family. I would have had a wife if I would have just let people disrespect me. If I would have fell for the sass, communication, like I talked earlier. If I would have been weak to getting pussy, I would have been chugging along like everybody else. I would have been in life's curriculum like everybody else. But I choose not to I'm not that. I'm a man. And one of the things, you know, you got to always understand the video that I released earlier. You let your lady talk to you like this. That video, you can check it out. The woman in that video was like, you know, why can't you just say yes? Why can't you just say yes? That's how women are. Women expect for them to talk and you bow down to them. That's how women are. And that don't work on a man. If you've seen the movie Atlanta, the one that had Lulu in it, or Nunu, the one that had Nunu in it. And it was a big boy, he had dogs. Let me see if I can get this guy's name. Actors in the movie. Movie Atlanta. I think that was Atlanta. No, it wasn't that movie. I forgot the name of that movie. Hold on. Cast of Dead Presidents. This guy played in Dead Presidents. I want to get this guy's name and get the movie. Keith David. So if I do his movies, I wanna. What movie was that he was in? I want to get that movie, High School. Boiling Point. Nope, that wasn't it. He was with T.I. Him and T.I. was in the movie. And his role in there was he was an ATL. Wow, okay. The movie ATL. If you've seen the movie ATL, well, Atlanta, I just didn't know it was just the initials. If you've seen the movie ATL, you've seen my man Keith David go to the club and get his daughter. He knew where she was at. Took her back home. And then the mother said, let's all just go to bed and talk about this in the morning. No, we ain't talking about it in the morning. You're not to go back to that club, and that's it. That's a man. That's a man. Listen, I know I've seen my friends, they got daughters and they all soft to their daughter. That's the worst thing you can be. I remember I told my friend, stop teaching your daughter not to need no man. Well, I'm going to teach my daughter not to need no man. I said, okay. Because every time a person teach their daughter not to need no man, what they're saying is you teaching your daughter not to be out there giving up ass. That's what you teach them. That's why men walk around here with this dumb perspective of, that's going to be tomorrow's video. Men walk around here with this dumb perspective of, if I teach my daughter to be independent, she ain't going to be a hoe. It's actually the reverse. Because if you teach her not to need no man, she's just going to say, I don't need the man. I just want some dick. You can't stop the coochie from itching. It's going to itch. And you just need to teach your daughter perspective of when she's going to give it up. So Atlanta, that was an example of a man. Keith David's character in the movie ATL is an example of a man. John Amos. John Amos. In Good Times. That was a man. The dude was not, it was not no negotiating. Men don't negotiate. The curriculum of a man is right. So there's no need to negotiate. I realized that I will always meet women that don't understand a man, only, a bitch boy. And that is their version of what they seen and understood as a man, but they don't understand men. They don't. They don't. They don't, and never will. You're not going to get a woman to say, I'm gonna, this is how it's gonna be. I'm gonna have this high level, this very low level of estrogen and high level of testosterone, and this is, I'm gonna make it work. Yeah, with a bitch boy, you're gonna make that work with a man. Not. The worst woman that I ever dealt with. The worst woman that I ever dealt with was in 2022. The woman that said, if y'all can remember, I'm glad my kid's father wasn't around because a two-parent household confuses the kids. And here was a woman that every time I talk to her, she'd just be like, grown woman, 47 years old. Why? She don't want to be corrected. She wants you to stop talking. So she give these worst woman I ever talked to in my life. So I asked her a question, if you remember. I said, let me ask you a question. Did you ever have to call the cops on any of your kids' father? No. 3 kids by 3 different men. No. Are any of your kids retarded? Any of my kids retarded? Retarded. No. So how do you figure that a 2-parent household would confuse your kids? How do you come up with that? I never heard of that before. Yeah, you heard of everything. I said, well, deflection don't work on me, but since you mocked me, I'm just going to take that as that's just some bullshit you was on. I mean, I can tell right now, you don't get along. You don't work well with men. You got this thing about you where this is so big. You just think you think you're going to control a man's narrative because your ass is big. I said, but in addition to that, what your problem is, you never dealt with a man before. You only dealt with guys that want to fuck you. So I gave her a lashing. I set her straight. I said, because, she couldn't answer the question though. How do you, even her son was in the military. He called home crying. Oh, just come on home, baby. I said, let me ask you a question. What do you got to offer your son that's better than the military? And she went to talk, and I said, hold on now. I'm retired. And I'm looking at your life. I mean, you live in a trailer home. You live in a trailer home, and that's your life. So how could you offer your son better than the military by telling him to come home? How is that even possible? How? I said, this is how you can tell you don't work well with men. And this narrative of, I'm glad my kids' fathers wasn't around because a 2-parent household confuses the kids. It also confused your son. Because a man wouldn't even talk about this nonsense with his son. A man would say, you want to come out? Yeah, well, he ain't coming back here. You might as well stay in there. That's what it gets down to. Men do not negotiate for nothing. Men, we respect the chain of command. Men, we respect authority. We know we're not in control all the time. We know when we're out of our element. This is like I tell individuals, you ain't never going to catch me slipping. Ever. It's never too far away. Ever. I hear a thump and a bump. I don't look for nothing. I have 3 firearms scattered in out this house. And I think next month I'm going to get 2 rifles. I hear a thump. Somebody going to have a bad day. Not happening. There's no, listen. A man will not allow you to put cracks in his armor. You won't do it. A man is his armor shield. We are the real life Iron Men. We are. We say things, stand firm on it, this and all that. I cannot be enticed. I can't. Not happening. I'm a man. And that will never, that perspective, that lane, I haven't said it in years, but I would say, I don't leave my balls at home. I don't leave home and got to Velcro my balls on. Every time I leave, my balls come with me. That's a man. It's not up for discussion. It's not no negotiating. It's not, you found a way in. You found a way around. You ain't finding nothing. Every 360 degrees, you're going to run into the same character. Whether it's 15 years ago, going to be here today. This is why when my ex-girlfriend couldn't deal with me when we was in our 30s. 30, Crystal Holman, 35-inch chest, 29-inch waist, and a massive 54-inch ass and hips. Yeah, called me back up, sent me a text message. I missed you in February. Ran into the same dude. It's not happening, lady. I told her about 10 years ago, you'll never mean nothing to me, but that's all you'll ever mean to me. You're not going to be my girlfriend ever. You ain't coming to my house. Why would I allow you to get the updated version of me? Why would I allow you to now say, oh, okay, no, you get to watch in the videos and that's it. You don't get to come here. Oh, okay. Yeah, it is nice in here. Yeah. It's going to stay in imagination. You come to Virginia, you better get a hotel and I will meet you there. You're not coming to Hampton. You're not coming here. You're not. Not happening. This is what these things want. Because the only thing a woman could do that thinks she is in is fuck you. Remember the story. Then I'm gonna shut it down. Remember the story that I said. This is how women are. All of them are insecure. All of them are scared. You just think that all men want her, so that's why she talk like that. But no, this is how it is with these creatures. They're 8 and 9 years old. Then all of a sudden, around 12 years old, they start to develop. By the time they're 15, they notice all the guys want to come. And then they got to listen to their mother. Girl, my ass wasn't that big, but girl, her ass bigger than mine when I was 12. So the mother hypes them up into letting them know that they ass is their prime piece. So now they're only wired to think all the men want to come, and they think because all men want to come, they ain't got to listen to a man. They ain't got to do it. All the men want them because they develop this perspective and narrative that, oh, all men want to do is just. So then when they meet a man that don't, they have no curriculum on how to deal with them. That's the way it is. You want to get respect from a woman? Simply let her admire you from a distance first. Like I do. I come in the store every day. Don't speak to nobody. Nobody. I let them watch me pull up. Oh, wow. You don't get to do that. So you understand that. Then when she finally get up close and get your attention, she'll cherish it. And that's how it is when you're a man. You don't let nobody, I mean nobody, you don't let nobody take you out of your element. That's why running around here just fucking chicks. The quickest way to end up, like I see a lot of individuals my age. Can't retire. Got brand new child support cases. Gonna be paying child support till they 70. 55 having babies. 53, 4, 5 having babies. Mother's going to court getting 2 brand new child support cases with a 12-year hit on one and a 16-year hit on the other. You out there dumping dick around because you ain't a man. You out there dumping dick around. You 54, 55 years old with a 2-year-old baby mama. What? Then individuals look at me, wow, he get to enjoy his life. When he make money, he get to enjoy his life. Indeed, I do. Indeed, I do.